So here's my iPhone 15 Pro. If you guys have been watching the channel recently, you know that this is the phone I'm using to make all my case reviews. I'm a big fan of cases, and I've always made a ton of videos for them. But this time around, I feel like this phone might be going back. I might be returning my iPhone 15 Pro, and well, might is actually kind of a lie. I'm pretty confident I'm going to return this phone. Now, before I get into why I want to return this phone, I do want to make it clear that I don't want anyone to think I'm telling you to return your phone. I'm just giving you my opinion on why mine is going back. So before we get into anything too crazy, I do want to talk about the improvements of the 15 Pro over like the 14 Pro, which is the device I was coming from. And of course, I have to start with the build quality. The build quality is still exceptional to me. I know we've all seen that video of the phone being bent and kind of shattering. Despite that being the Pro Max, a lot of fears have kind of dripped down to the 15 Pro. And I don't think that is something really to worry about. The one portion where I do think is a little important to think about is the fact that now the phones are more curved. So as you can see right here, it is not a flat brick like the 14 Pros and the 13 Pros were. You now have a more kind of concaved edge, a rounded off edge, and that is going to impact the kind of resistance to drops and things like that of the front display and the back of the phone. Just something to keep in mind, which has always been important, even on some old Samsung phones or Galaxy phones, that you could notice those rounded edges kind of coming back and biting them. But of course, that is not an issue to me. I always rock cases. I'm a big fan of the new design, especially because of the fact that we have that new titanium edge instead of the stainless, which I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of just because of the fact that they think it makes the phone seem a little cheaper or not as premium. I think the fact that they're thinking about just comes from the reasoning behind weight equals kind of premium or equals expensiveness. Like, that is definitely not the case. And I think that the lightweight of the phone, the actual weight of the phone itself, is very nice to have. It's a very nice change, but it is going to be a different feeling phone. I don't think it makes it feel cheap or anything like that, but it is kind of up to preference. Now, moving over to the bottom of the device, we do have the brand new USB-C port, which is actually extremely important to me, and I absolutely love that. We finally, well, almost finally get to ditch our lightning cables. I'm someone who still uses AirPods Max, so that is really the only device that I'm keeping my lightning cable around for. My standard AirPod Pros, I didn't upgrade to the USB-C versions, but I do charge them via MagSafe every single time. I don't think I've ever plugged in my AirPods Pro. They just kind of sit there on a MagSafe charger, and that is where they live, really. But for my phone, it is very important to me because of the data transfers. I do transfer a lot of data when it comes to my device, so having the faster speeds are definitely nice to see. If you did purchase one of the standard 15 models, whether it be the 15 or the 15 Plus, you do have the slower USB-C port, but if you're on the Pro line, then you do understand what I'm talking about if you're in the same boat as me. Over on the front of the device, we do have the dynamic island, which is brought over from the 14 Pro, and there really isn't anything too new going on there, but I do definitely appreciate the feature. I use it a ton when listening to music and kind of just listening to different podcasts, things like that. I mostly use it for media consumption. It's nice to have up there at the top, even sometimes for timers and alarms and things like that. It'll be thrown up there and it's nice to have. But when it comes to the reason that I am returning the 15 Pro, I do feel I made a mistake when it came to picking the color of my device. I understand I don't usually make videos like this where I'm in a more serious tone. We're looking at cases, we're kind of messing around, but that is really all it is. I decided that I don't really want a black phone again. I saw the natural titanium phone in person and it really just swayed my entire opinion. I really love the sleek look of the black devices, but I do still have my 14 Pro around and it is the black model as well. I feel like it'd be kind of nice to kind of switch it up, especially since the natural titanium does look like a very nice gray. I'm a big fan of gray. It's pretty much my favorite color or shade, as some people might say. But this is really the only reason I've even thought of exchanging or returning my phone. I'm not upset about anything the 15 Pro has to offer. The battery life has been incredible, especially over my 14 Pro, which is already at 83% battery health after just 1 year, which is really not the best. And I definitely hope to see a better reaction from my 15 Pro because that natural titanium phone is going to arrive pretty soon. But something I wanted to ask you guys is if you wanted me to keep the black 15 Pro around for the case videos. I can totally keep the black and we'll just show you what it looks like on different cases, because I know I get some comments that are asking or wondering what a specific case looks like on the black model, or they wonder what it looks like on the natural model. I could always just keep it around for that reason. If that is something that you guys would like to see, remember to leave it down in the comment below and let me know if you guys thought I was going to complain about this phone a whole lot. I know we've seen a lot of issues about the build, about the battery, about it overheating. I haven't had any issues with my 15 Pro at all. It's been an absolute perfect phone and the battery has been incredible to me. Haven't felt it overheating, but I do live in Texas, so my phone gets pretty hot when I'm out and about throughout the day. Either way, I haven't gotten any warning messages when it comes to, oh, the phone is super hot and it needs to cool down. I haven't gotten anything like that, luckily, so I do consider myself to be fairly lucky. But I also don't think that you guys should read into everything too much on the internet, because sometimes some people are just baiting for clicks. I know it shouldn't be that way, but that really is how it goes sometimes. But that's really it for this one, guys. My iPhone 15 Pro in black might be going back just for a different color. That is really the only reason. I hope you guys aren't too upset about this video. But again, let me know if you want me to keep this phone around so that we can see it in different cases and we can kind of compare colors. That is really all that matters to me. I want you guys to be happy watching the videos. Of course, if you have any recommendations for cases, accessories, anything you want to be seen, anything that you want to be seen on the channel, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. I'm always trying to respond to all of you guys. I know it might take me a while sometimes, but I promise I will get to you. Just be a little patient with me. Either way, that is it for this one, guys. This might be the last time we're seeing this phone unless you guys want to see it in other videos. I will see you guys around, and I hope to see you in the next one, which will hopefully be that natural titanium iPhone Pro unboxing. I'll see you guys around.